Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Genetically Modified Overkill achievement run. We are going for another one of the unlockable achievements based on the suggested combinations by the mod author. Showing you the progress list, we've got, what's this, 15 more to go, so let's get cracking, and the next one on the list is Engineer and Doctor. That's a pretty interesting combination. I think Doctor obviously reduces your attack speed significantly with medical weapons, and Engineer, of course, starts with wrenches and gives you additional and reduces your damage. So each of these characters kind of nerfs the other one. Their abilities do not work together super well, but the bonus harvesting and the bonus regeneration from Doctor are very good for Engineer, and I think we can get away with just an engineering build, so we're going to take Engineer and Doctor, and we will once again, I think, go for a wrench build, because even with the very slow attack speed, I think that will have the best chance of good wave clear for us, so we're going to pick this up, and we're basically going to play this as an Engineer, but with a significant attack speed penalty, but we at least get to start with a bunch of harvesting. Trying to pull all of the enemies towards our little fortress here, because when you're the Engineer, all your turrets spawn together, so if you can pull the enemies into them, then you gain quite a little bit of additional value. And then here, I'm going to roll for harvesting. Especially on the characters where you start with harvesting, it's really good to get harvesting early, so it's very important that we roll for it. I'm even going to roll 3 times, I think, because it's just so good. Very unlucky here, but I don't think we can afford to keep rolling for harvesting, so I'll just take the maximum HP. Here I'm going to re-roll. We'll lock the landmines and the lemonade. We're going to want both of those items for sure. And then I will roll again, and we are looking for wrenches. Alright, we finally found one. I was going to say, I think we've spent about 30 materials just on rolling in the first wave here, so pretty unhappy with that start. Definitely not an ideal situation to be in, but we can still just pull all the enemies towards our pod of turrets and clear them out with those. And even though we didn't find harvesting to try to get to the 21 mark as soon as possible, we can still have our harvesting grow a little bit. I'm going to again roll for harvesting. It's just really good. And again, alright, we finally got some. That will pay for itself, even though I spent a lot on rolling for it, because it's going to give us the early levels and the early money that we need, as well as getting us towards the point where it starts growing faster. Then we'll buy a wrench. We will not be able to afford a second wrench, but I will roll for one, and I will lock that, and then I'm just going to buy the landmines. That will help with wave clear, so it's worth picking that up as well. The landmine wave clear is not going to be significant at this point, but as we get more engineering, I think it will be very valuable. One thing that I do need to keep in mind on this character is we do not want improved tools, because that will reduce our attack speed by 1/3, or to 1/3, because we have minus 200% attack speed on the Doctor. No, I guess it'll reduce it by half, but because we have minus 100% attack speed on the Doctor. But improved tools is very bad for this character, is the important information there, because we have minus 100% attack speed. We'll take the armor here, and then I'm going to take harvesting over regeneration, although this is a level 2 upgrade, but getting to 21 as soon as possible, still very important. Take the wrench, broken mouth. I kind of want the pencil here over the lemonade. I think I will do that, and then even though I have an item locked, I will roll once to try to find another wrench, and very good to grab that. On this character, I don't think we care that much about luck, so I would probably buy Terrified Onion, but I think leaving that slot open to maybe find a fertilizer or another useful economy item is probably better at this point. Kind of wanted to pull that group of enemies over the landmine, but that's alright. We'll just let our turrets kill them. What I need to stop doing, and I'm kind of doing this badly, is pulling the enemies, or pushing the enemies away from my turrets, because the wrenches have a lot of knockback. So if I hit the enemies when they're like here, it pushes them away from the turrets, and then I don't actually get the kills. Alright, I was able to break that tree at the end. I'd love to get a lumberjack shirt. That would be really nice, because it would let me break trees faster. With our huge attack speed penalty, it's very hard for us to actually kill trees. I think I will take the percentage damage. It doesn't affect our constructs at all, but our actual attacks are still worth something, and I think I'd rather have 7% damage than 2 HP at this point. And then here, I am going to roll. I could take speed. That would be what I would take, but I think we can do better, and indeed we can, because we managed to find some harvesting. Now I'll take speed. We will pick up our last wrench, which is great, and another landmine for additional clear speed, lemonade, and then alien tongue is just too expensive. I'm just going to reroll. Even though that would give us a free reroll, I think it's just too expensive to buy there. We'll take the book and the pencil, and then lock the propeller hat, and go to the next wave. That was a great chop for us. We managed to fill out our weapon set, going up to 25 engineering, as well as find more pencils and books. Main things that we could use at this point are really just more construct. You just want to find, on the engineer, you want to find the items that give you constructs. Just the turrets, landmines, Tyler, etc. Because those are what will really elevate your wave clear. And then we want to get to a few higher level turrets. On the engineer, you want to avoid having multiple level 2 turrets. Since your turrets always spawn together, the damage from the level 2 turrets doesn't overlap, or doesn't stack, so you want to avoid having too many of those. But other than that, you just want to level up your turrets as much as possible. Take bonus luck here, and on this build, we definitely are not going for elemental damage. The Scared Sausage plus Engineering Constructs build sometimes can work if you buy elemental damage, but I just don't think it's worth doing for this character because unlike a normal engineering build, when you're playing the actual engineer, all your constructs spawn in the same place, so you're not spreading the burning damage across the map in the same way. I also have better things to buy anyways, but we're going to reroll regardless, but I don't think that we're going to go the Scared Sausage route on this build. Here I can buy a level 2 wrench, so unfortunately we will be stuck with multiple level 2 turrets, no matter how I buy this, right? So we can combine... Oh no, I guess I can actually just go straight up to a level 3 turret. It does mean that we don't have a level 2 at all, but that's better than having multiple level 2s, I think. Lock the duct tape, and then we don't care about glass cannon, so let's go to the next wave. Basically, multiple level 2 turrets are weak on this character, so it's better to try to avoid having multiples of them. Took a bunch of damage there. I do need to build a little bit more health regeneration. The doctor gets some for free, which is always nice, but it's hard not to take damage on a character like this that has really slow attack speed, because that's what helps protect your actual character, is your weapons. This character doesn't get that defensive option, so we need to have more in the way of defensive stats to make sure that we stay alive. There's no way we're killing that loot alien, unfortunately. It spawned right at the end of the wave. And then I'm still just not going to bother buying attack speed. On normal engineering builds, you often want to in case you find improved tools, but we're at such a deficit that there's just no point. I think it's early enough. I'm just going to take 5 harvesting. We could maybe roll for a higher level upgrade, but honestly 5 harvesting is good enough. I'm going to grab the Pocket Factory. That's great. And I guess we'll have 2 level 2 turrets for this wave, because I think that's what we want. Lock this wrench and go to the next wave. If only I'd gotten Pocket Factory on the Explorer run on wave 7 instead of whenever we found it, wave 20. I'm recording this video right after playing that one, so the wound is still fresh. But the Pocket Factory will still be very good for this character, just because we're an engineering build. You can see these two spawned in exactly the same place, so when they shoot the same enemy, it just stacks a bunch of damage on the same enemy over and over, wasting all the damage, because the burning damage doesn't stack. On the other hand, they do very quickly kill the big slashers, so it is nice just to have enemies that we can drag into our pile of constructs and deal a whole bunch of damage. I'll still take the Scared Sausage here. Basically, this just adds 1 damage to all of our turrets, which is fine. And then early enough that I think we will still go for more harvesting. Just continue to upgrade that. And then here, I am going to take the movement speed. I could roll for other things, but movement speed is really important on engineering builds so that you can avoid enemies while your turrets kill them. So it's good to be able to get that. Here, I'm going to combine and buy another wrench, duct tape, and helmet. And roll. Little Frog cost me 5 dodge, which I have been investing in, but this is fairly early to get some harvesting, so I think it's worth buying there, and then we'll roll one more time. I'm going to lock the Peacock, because then we can buy that going into Wave 9, and that will be a lot of extra levels if you get it in Wave 9, so that's very good for us. Since we found that on... We'll have that available in our Wave 8 shop. We'll have the bonus XP for Wave 9, which is going to be a huge amount of levels. Wave 9 is typically the farming wave. Having a Peacock on Wave 9 is a really big deal. I wish I had found one of the incendiary turret items, because incendiary turrets are still really good. I just don't like to have multiples of them. And that would let me do this combining thing while still keeping a lot of the incendiary turret DPS available. It's the highest DPS of the 4 turrets, but they don't stack, so you have to play around that issue. Okay, let's kill the tree. There we go. Trying to pick up as much materials as possible as well, just because it's hard to do that. And then here, I think we'll start buying max HP. Very important to get that going. We'll take the Peacock, although I will need to be very careful in this next wave, because the double damage is very dangerous. And then roll. Lemonade and Dynamite are both great, and then we'll roll one more time. Lock a wrench. Cute Monkey is great. We don't care about our range damage at all, so that's going to be just a lot of free healing. And I think I will lock the Mushroom. While our luck is important, my HP regeneration is currently 4, which is much lower than I want, and we need to increase our healing. So now we have plus 100%... plus 100% XP gain. I'm trying to stay on the other side of the turrets from the enemies and push them back into the turrets. And the enemies will spawn in pods, right? So you can play by moving back and forth between your turrets and try to stay on the opposite side. Incoming damage is super high, though, so I really need to be very careful. Any hits I take can be instantly lethal at this point, because I took too many hits there. Gaining a little bit of HP. Can we kill this tree and get the consumable? That's what I was hoping for, but unfortunately, I am running into trouble. The Peacock is very dangerous. You do have to be very careful when you have Peacock, because the plus 50% damage is a lot of incoming damage, but we still got 4 levels out of it, so because I was able to just barely survive, it was worth it. We'll take the dodge here, and then for engineering to increase my clear speeds. And then here, I think I'm going to re-roll. I think we can do better. Take some max HP so I don't die. And then more engineering is going to be great. I would like more regeneration, especially because the doctor doubles our regeneration, so it's really important to get that. That's what kept us alive in that last wave. Go to a level 2 turret, buy a cute monkey, and roll. And then we get a lot of bonuses here. I'm going to go to a level 4 turret. It's possible I should have done that before Wave 9 and we'd have gotten more wave clear out of that, actually. That might have been correct. And then let's roll past that. Lumberjack shirt is great with Pocket Factory, so very happy to see that. And then our rerolls are getting pretty expensive, so let's just go to the next wave. I did want to get at least one explosive turret before we fight the Horde wave on Wave 11. But it's very possible I should have done that last wave as well, just to clear the Wave 9 Horde faster. Explosion size would be really valuable for this character as well, because we have explosive turrets, we have 2 landmines. Piercing or ricocheting shots both apply to constructs, of course, so it's very good to get those as well if we can find them. Now that we have the Pocket Factory Lumberjack shirt combo as well, any trees that we find, in addition to just being an excellent economy item, will help with our wave clear as well. Made 600 money this wave. I'm going to take the mouse while the bonus lifesteal doesn't matter at all thanks to our incredibly slow attack speed and melee weapons. The bonus enemies is just more money for us. And then I'll take 4 armor. Great find here, the level 4 armor. Very happy with that because we needed armor and now we have some. So it's that kind of analysis that you come to my channel for. Here I will take the Stone Skin. Our max HP is quite low, and Stone Skin is generally, I would say, very good. Plus we get to buy the Warrior Helmet and instantly make back make even more HP off of it. Baby Elephant I don't think will contribute very much to our wave clear, so I'll pass on that. We'll buy the landmines, and we will roll, and buy the metal detector, which can pay for itself. Lock the book as well. Snake I'm going to grab because that does work on the level 2 turrets, even though we don't have any right now, but that increases the damage of the level 2 turrets quite significantly, so always worth keeping an eye out for Snake on engineering builds. The explosive turret should hopefully help with our wave clear, although I will note that it spawned in a very bad place. We want it much more central. And so all the enemies are getting thinned out by the other turrets before they're getting shot by the explosive turret, which means it's not doing as much damage as we'd like. Okay, I'm taking a lot of hits there. I need to be more careful. I'm just going to move away. Because we have such slow attack speed, these horde waves are very dangerous for me, even when surrounded by my turrets, so I need to be very careful, and the rib cages are getting so fast that I cannot stop them from hitting me, so I need to run through and get as much healing as we can. Man, the rib cages are really brutal on the horde wave because we're not getting single target damage to kill them. We'll recycle the glass cannon. I'm going to take regeneration over armor here. No, I need armor because it's good for our stone skin as well. Let's go with 1 level 2 turret and 3 level 3s. We don't need another level 4 yet. Yeah, so things are definitely looking a little bit dicey right now. I'm taking a lot of damage on each of these waves because normally you rely on the knockback from your wrenches to keep you alive on engineering builds, but with our terrible attack speed, we can't really rely on that. So we're having to play catch up all the time. I'll take the lemonade here, and I think I will take gambling token. It decreases my armor and thus my HP, but we will need to build dodge pretty soon, so I'm gonna just buy that when it's available. And then I will take defective steroids as well, just for the max HP, and Lucky Charm will still be good. The fact that we haven't found any Pierce or bouncing shots or anything like that is definitely hurting as well. Pierce is one of the things that makes your explosive turrets really good, because then they double up on the explosions, and that basically doubles their single target damage as well, as increasing their AoE damage. So that's part of why we were struggling so much with the rib cages last wave, because we just were not able to do the single target damage that you would expect to have if you had found Sharp Bullet or Bandana on this character. The Doctor regeneration is still very much coming in handy, though. And also the fact that we found a decent number of lemonades has been that's what's kept us alive. I will say this is much more difficult than I was expecting, or like surprisingly difficult. I was expecting, especially when we were in the middle waves and things were going very smoothly, that this would just be a very easy combination, but it's actually turned out to be harder than I thought, which is kind of fun. Dangerous Bunny will still pay for itself. Let's reroll. Alright, there we go. We got the Sharp Bullet. I was just talking about that. And then let's reroll again. I don't have any crit chance, and we're not killing stuff with our actual weapon attacks anyways, so Hunting Trophy won't do anything. But Sharp Bullet, even if that was the only thing we found in that shop, really, is going to be such a huge boost to this character that it's awesome that we found it. Now I need to start trying to aggressively combine my turrets into the explosive turrets, because now that we have piercing, the laser turrets gain less benefit. That one of the main things is that they pierce, and so they're worse, and the explosive turrets are more than twice as good as they were before we found that piercing damage. Okay, need to back off and regenerate. Definitely going to need to find more HP regeneration. More wave clear would be really nice as well. I mean, we're really struggling to actually kill stuff. Okay, I'm going to take a hit there. Alright, we got lucky and got the dodge, and then I can make my way back here where there's some consumables and try to heal back up before the end of the wave. Just trying to stay alive at this point. And for that reason, I think I'm going to take the 9% dodge over the 4 engineering. And then we'll take Peaceful Bee as well. We will upgrade our wrench to a level 4. Roll explosion size is great, and we'll take more engineering here. And then I'm going to take Blood Leech as well. 2 regeneration is not that exciting, of course, but we just need any healing we can get at this point. And I think Medical Turret will help keep us alive very easily, very well as well. So basically, I'm buying armor, I'm buying max HP, dodge, and regeneration at this point. Our wave clear is honestly good enough to be sorted out for the rest of the game, I think. Like, we'll keep buying engineering when we see it, but mostly we're just looking for defensive stats. Gonna be a lot of projectiles on the map. There's not much we can do to stop that, because we have all these landmines. They're gonna break the summoners. And then we've got Pocket Factory and so on. I could maybe have taken Alien Worm. Our consumable healing is fairly high, so maybe we could have gone down 1 just to get the max HP and regen. Doubled regen from the Doctor is so huge for this character. Really making no money this wave too, which is unfortunate. Only 500. I will recycle the Mastery. While the melee damage does help with our wrenches, I think it is not great to take that. And then 4 regeneration is exactly what we need. Medical Turret, yes. We will reroll. Explosion size, definitely. Roll again. Coupon and explosion damage. And then Fairy and Wrench, these will help a lot if we make it past the Elite Wave. What Elite we get here is going to really inform whether we survive, but I think this Medical Turret can help out a lot. Alright, this one isn't so bad because it doesn't chase the player, so we can safely play in our little fortress here without getting shoved out of it by the Elite. This is the danger of playing engineering builds on Elite Waves, is that they will often chase you out of your grouping of turrets when you're playing the actual engineer. And so that can be very dangerous for the player since you don't have the wave clear to keep you alive when you're not near your turrets. Now it's going to start chasing us, but it at least doesn't move that fast, so we can just sort of circle around. We are wasting a lot of our turret's damage on attacking the Elite itself, which we have no chance of killing. Okay, I need to be very careful here. Oh no. Alright, we could still definitely die. 3, 2, 1. Okay. I had enough health to survive that, but taking that hit at the end and dodging it was very worrisome. But at least we have the 37 armor. Recycle this, and I'll take 5 engineering, I think, over 3 regeneration. Both would be very good, but we're about to get a ton of regeneration from the Fairy. By the wrench and roll. Coupon and weird food, definitely. And then I will want the pumpkin. It increases the piercing damage that we've decreased with our sharp bullet. And then I will take metal detector first. Alright, there we go. That bonus engineering as well is helping us clear these enemies quite a bit faster. I will say the fact that we found 2 landmines, but no other constructs. We haven't found a Tyler. We haven't even found like an incendiary turret. And that is part of why we're struggling, is just our wave clear is a lot worse than most engineer builds would be, because we haven't found some of the key items for the engineer. Again, it's hard to play this character too, just because I'm so used to being able to push enemies around very easily with the wrenches, with the knockback, but we can't do that since our attack speed is so slow. We just don't reliably swing in time. Still making better income, and now we have a little more healing. I'm going to take the regeneration, and then we will continue to upgrade our wrenches. We will buy the pumpkin. Our max HP is very low, so I will buy the little muscly dude. I'd prefer to buy that through armor, if we can get it, since we have the stone skin, but we'll take what we can get, and then we'll buy this, because movement speed, still very good, armor important, of course, as well. We'll buy the broken mouth and the toolbox, but only if we make it through the elite wave. However, with 44 regeneration, I'm a lot less concerned. We might even be able to kill the elite, since we're the actual engineer. All our turrets spawn on top of it, and we can pull it through all of our explosive turrets and do actually quite good DPS to it. On non-engineer engineering builds, you never kill the elite because all your turrets spawn all over the map, so they're not able to focus down the elite. But since this is one of the ones that follows us, and all our turrets are in the same place, we can pull it into all of our damage. And because we have the pierce on our explosive turrets, the single target damage of the explosive turrets is really, really high. You can see every time it pierces through the elite and hits another thing, it doubles up on the explosion damage. So basically we're getting 2 explosions, or even more for the price of 1. So that's why we were able to kill the elite, which is great. Heavy bullets doesn't do anything for us, right? So I guess we'll recycle that. And then I'll take 9% dodge, try to stay alive. Leather vest is awesome always, but especially with stone skin, because you mitigate most of the downside as well. Toolbox and broken mouth, and then we will roll. It's too late for crown. I don't think we want to cap our HP, and we don't really care about those stats anyways. So let's roll past all this. Another medical turret will still be good just to try to stay alive, but maybe I want alien magic first. Yeah. I think I'm going to roll past the medical turret as well. Now that we have 46 regeneration, I'm less worried about the medical turret, and more worried about getting armor and max HP. No, we're taking so many hits here. Fairy, of course, was the perfect item for this character, since we have so many different items and we're regenerating constantly, but now we've just got all these explosions from the explosive turret. This is one of the closer runs I've had in a while, I have to say. We had so many close calls in the mid-game. Oh no, I pushed it away. No! I didn't mean to push the loot alien away from my turrets. That was bad. I'm going to recycle the bait. We don't care about percentage damage at all. And then here, more engineering, move speed, luck. All of those would be good. I think we'll take the move speed. That's going to be most likely to keep me alive. Here's our Dusty Fedora, the item from the special item that we unlocked in the last video. But I think it's too late to take it. It is a cool item, though, and under other circumstances, I'm looking forward to trying that one out. Gonna roll, and here's our first actual construct, so we'll take that. We will combine and buy a wrench. We'll buy a plant and roll. And vigilante ring, muscly dude, none of those do that much. I guess the muscly dude is just 5 HP, so I'll buy that and then go to wave 19. Now that we're up at 85 HP, we're a lot more comfortable. I really should stop running towards enemies because I'm just pushing them away from my constructs. It's actually costing me a lot of kills, since our weapons don't do any damage. Engineer is one of my favorite characters, but I haven't actually played an engineer build in a while, so I'm like having to get re-used to how it works. Actually, I don't know when my last engineer run was. Someone can find that in the, well, other than the hammer one. I guess I have played an engineer fairly recently, but it was the hammer challenge, which obviously plays out a little bit differently. Take the move speed so we can dodge the bosses more easily, and then I will reroll. I could just take padding as well and not spend anything, but I think we can do better than that. Lure is just 3 regeneration, so is that worth 140? Probably. And then we'll take the book, and I'll roll again. We don't want blood donation. Alien Eyes doesn't do anything. I guess I'll upgrade my wrench, and Gentle Alien would help maybe with the 5% lifesteal, as well as we have 50 luck, so it's a few more consumables, and I don't think more enemies on the field is going to be that dangerous. But I think we can just reroll and hope to find something better. Any other level 1 item we can probably afford, because Gentle Alien is one of the most expensive ones, so all the other level 1s are going to cost less, and indeed we were able to find Plant, which is much more useful in this spot. Alright, let's see if we can actually kill the elites here. Or the bosses. If we stack them on top of each other, then we have a very good chance, because all of the explosions will double stack and hit both of them. So basically doubles the DPS of all of our turrets, since we have the Pierce. Although I do need to stop taking infinite hits. Ouch. It's a good thing we have Fairy, is all I can say. So they're not getting stacked on top of each other, but they are taking pretty good damage. Alright, now they're stacked. I shouldn't have picked up those 2 crates. I should have left them on the ground for emergency healing. Basically, I should try to play by my medical turret, pull the elites into my turrets as I'm going. I will break this tree, because that could be a little bit of extra damage on the side there that we might need. There's the first one down, and the second one should drop shortly. And there we go! We have managed to win the Graduate Achievement for Practical Research. +1 engineering for every structure I have, minus 20% damage. Okay, well that's a truly insane item for engineers. Obviously, you want as many structures as you can get, and this character was relatively low on structures for an engineer. We found very few, but this is going to be worth like +15 engineering on most builds, and you don't care about the percentage damage at all. So that item is going to be very, very good for engineering builds. This was a fun one. I did not expect it to be this hard, but I actually came very close to dying in many circumstances, and some of that was my own fault, just walking into enemies, and some of it was just the nature of the slow attack speed on an engineering build being quite difficult to overcome. You could also try this build the other way around and do it as just a doctor build, but I think the engineer's damage penalty would be quite difficult to play there, so I think this is the way you're supposed to do this combination. Overall, the most important things were just the lemonades that we found early were very good. Recycling machine paid for itself, of course. Coupons, worth a lot of money. The explosion size and explosion damage meant a lot of additional damage for us as well, so all of those worked out. And and we were able to just barely survive thanks to the increased regeneration from the Doctor. Alright, my friends, I hope that you've enjoyed this GMO run, and we're continuing to unlock all the achievements. So, as always, if you have enjoyed it, then please feel free to leave a comment and like the video. And you can subscribe to my channel for more of this and other strategy game content. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.